Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. You know, I spoke about the NES classics appearing randomly at thinkgeek.com, which is parent company of GameStop, and how strange that was. I actually got together with RGT85 and Beat 'em Ups. We had a roundtable discussion talking about how strange it was that these NES classics just randomly showed up on a website after they were sold out for an extremely long time. And while that was strange enough on its own, NES classics started appearing on Amazon treasure trucks, being sold off the back of treasure trucks, literally, after these were sold out for like a year. And Nintendo already had announced that they weren't making any more of these at that point. So where the hell were they coming from? Nobody ever figured that out. Were they surplus stock that they were just hanging on to for Black Friday? And then when they realized that Nintendo was going to start making more of them, they started offloading them? Or did Nintendo decide to start making more of them without telling anybody and give them to GameStop and Amazon only? That doesn't really make any sense either, which is why it was such a mystery back then as to why these NES classics were showing up. Then all of a sudden, Woot.com has a tweet that says, "Keep an eye out because we're going to start selling NES classics on our Woot.com app for phones." Of all the most random places to be selling an NES classic, the Woot.com app. Get your Woot app ready. Something cool is coming at 5 p.m. Central Time. We don't want to say what it is, but the picture below is a clue. Hint, it's not a cat. And there's a bunch of NES classics shown there. And these look to be legitimate NES classics. Not the bootleg ones from China, but the actual NES classics made by Nintendo. You can tell the difference based off the front cover and what games are listed there. Not to mention, I'd like to think Nintendo would probably destroy this company if they were trying to sell bootleg versions of the NES Classic behind their back. So with that being considered, Woot.com's app is selling official NES Classics now, this year in 2017, before the actual reproduction of NES Classics starts up and they start selling them in summer of 2018, as reported by a Kotaku article a few months back. So the timeline of these NES classics and how and where they're being distributed and sold is so completely out of whack and nonsensical, I don't even know what to think about this. And actually, while researching for this video, I found out that Woot was purchased by Amazon back in 2010 via a CNET article that talked about it. Nobody ever talks about how Woot is owned by Amazon, which adds another wrinkle to this whole thing. Did Amazon just get a ton of surplus supply of NES classics and offload a bunch of them to their treasure trucks and still have more left over, and then just for some reason was waiting for a really long time, like 4 or 5 months, before just dispensing them on Woot.com right now? None of this makes any sense. I guess if you're in the market for an NES classic, there's still hope that more will start showing up before the official production release date of summer 2018, if this pattern keeps happening with these random stores selling these NES classics at random times throughout the year. I mean, what's next? Is Bed Bath & Beyond gonna start selling these things? I wouldn't be surprised. So this leaves me with two theories. One, this is leftover stock that was somehow sitting in a warehouse somewhere and sold off to random companies like GameStop, Amazon, and now Woot to sell off randomly throughout the year. Or more likely, Nintendo is producing more of these right now and selling them right now without telling people that they're in production right now. And with that in mind, they're probably going to try to take advantage of the holiday shopping season and sell even more of these going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing starts showing up at random store shelves like Target and Walmart and Best Buy as Christmas and holidays approach. I guess we'll just have to see, but as far as I can tell, the mystery of the NES Classic production rolls on and it's in full force right now. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.